Hello, one and all, and welcome back to more Let's Play Danganronpa 2. I am the Max of Few Trades. In the last part, we were able to deduce the mystery behind who on earth could have possibly killed Ibuki and Hiyoko, and it turned out to be Mikon, who apparently got a disease that made her remember the things that she forgot when our memories got wiped, which apparently meant she was insane, which means the school memories that she had were things that made her turn crazy. Which, honestly, I think has a lot of implications and is extremely worrying as far as long-term effects are concerned. Ultimately, while the whole situation was still sad and I mourned the loss of all that we've had to say goodbye to, I was more so than anything else just deeply confused and bewildered by everything that took place. Oh, by the way, Nekomaru is apparently turned into a robot. So that's also a thing that happened. He appears to be feeling rather super. Points if you get that reference, because it works on many different levels. And I suppose we'll just keep on walking forward, see what happens next. We were hoping things would progress smoothly. We were absolute idiots to consider that as a possibility in retrospect. That's right, a common, ordinary progression would have been just fine. Like, for example, the enemy's lair crumbling right after you defeat the final boss, or your dead friend suddenly reappearing. It would have just been just fine if things had progressed like that. I mean, technically a dead friend did reappear. Granted, Nekomaru, I don't think he actually died, but still, it kind of counts. That's the kind of old-school progression we were hoping for. We were fools for this. Not this unreasonable turn of events. Ah, still dwelling on the robot thing.
The name's Nekomaru Nidai. I've been reborn in the rivers of hell.
I suppose that's definitely one way of going about it. I feel like no matter what injuries he may have sustained from that explosion, I think Monokuma may have gone overboard just a touch. Although, now that I get a better look at all of what's going on here, I really do appreciate the goatee that he has. That's basically just a drill. Also, it looks like his eyebrows are still organic. It's a very strange thing to make sure he still had.
Nekomaru? Is that you?
Well, he loudly announced himself as such, so I'm going to say yes.
No matter how you look at it, I'm still me.
No matter how we look at it, this isn't you at all.
I mean, it's him, just as a robot. Wow. You guys are a strange lot. You all have such big, wide eyes. He has all the same mannerisms and facial expressions. They're just robot-y now. That's so weird. Perhaps you've all fallen in love with this metallic body of mine. Okay, I can't even be subtle about it. The parallels to Frankie from One Piece are astounding. Especially that line just makes it even more apparent to me. I don't know which one happened first. I mean, the voice actor for Nekomaru is the same one as Frankie. So I'm wondering who he got first. Either way, I can only assume it's a coincidence, because this is just silly. I already know what you want to say just by looking in your eyes. At least the light that shoots out of your face makes sense now. Also, your mouth isn't mechanical anymore. It was just in that CG. Then again, I am a former team manager. Former? Sonia seems to be having a hard time adjusting to this. What happened? You look like you've seen a ghost or something. Hey man, don't go scaring Miss Sonia with that strange-ass mask. As he raised his stammering voice, Kazuichi grabbed onto Nekomaru's head and...
I already know.
Come on, take it off. Ow, 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 ow. Stop it. Stop it! He is... I think you should really maybe not do that. Why won't it come off? Wait, are you freaking kidding me? He always saves that weird-ass face and scream for the most odd things. I mean, granted, this is extraordinarily odd and kind of freaky, but at the same time, it's like, guys, the things we've seen up to this point... Are we really gonna say we're surprised that this happened? Holy crap, it's not just for show!
Pure electricity!
It's not just for show, it's pure electricity! I've been reborn as pure electricity! I mean, he seems pretty okay with it. Yeah, how are you feeling about this, Akane? If you're seriously Nekomaru, that's my fault, right? You ended up getting a body like that, and it's all my fault, right? Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry, Nekomaru. I don't know how to apologize for this. She even got a unique sprite for it. Aw, Akane. I sincerely doubt he, of all people, blames you for anything. Don't worry about it. A lot of stuff happens when you're alive. Sometimes you get shot with a bazooka and turn into a robot. It's life. It's weird.
Are you serious?
You're too upbeat. Is this really okay? If you keep sweating the small stuff, you're gonna end up getting more gray hairs.
Hey.
Commenting on every little thing he does is a waste of time.
Hey.
You're really Nekomaru, right? You came back for us, right? That's right. I have resurrected from the depths of hell in shining silver. Well, I mean, if you're actually made out of silver, that'd be pretty baller, but I'm going to assume it's probably more so iron. How are you even okay with that? It doesn't even compare to my eye patch. How can you accept that body? It's better to just be alive.
Huh?
Eh?
Huh?
It's better to just be alive. Don't you agree? If I'm alive, I can still talk to you all. If I'm alive, I can still fight.
Show some spirit!
It doesn't matter what happened to my body. Not one bit. Man, this dude is an unrelenting powerhouse of positivity.
Amazing.
And Nagito has to swing on in and make it weird. It's better to just be alive. I do understand what Nekomaru is saying, but no matter how he makes sense of this, it's just too weird. This isn't a novel or a movie, this is a reality. Well, you're right about one thing, Hajime. It is, in fact, not a novel or movie. Can something this unexplainable really be allowed to happen? No. Instead, why did this happen? Anyway, I'm glad that's fine, right? Right? Nekomaru definitely came back to us, and, I mean, he doesn't seem broken up about it.
What's this?
My, am I interrupting your touching reunion? How, Why is Nekomaru a robot?
Hey,
Unfortunately, it was truly difficult to save Nekomaru from the jaws of death. But they don't call me the psychopop magician for nothing. Literally nobody has ever called you that in the history of ever.
oh my goodness!
Such a
wonderful before and after has occurred.
It's all about your interpretation, I suppose. It appears to be a little too dramatic. Thanks to that, I'm getting stabbed by all these envious stares.
Hey.
If you're really a robot, what's going on with your thought process? Is that a program too? What happens to the other stuff, like your self-awareness and... How many times do I have to tell you it doesn't matter? Kazuichi raises a very good point. Is this actually Nekomaru, or is it a robot that's just sort of meant to act like him? With Monokuma involved, it could very easily be either. No matter what form or shape I take, I am Nekomaru Ninja! Is he? Is he going to power through the rest of his life with his new abilities? That kind of reaction. It looks like you really are self-aware. That means this technology is insane! I've never seen or heard of anything like this before. Well, he went from unrelenting panic to unrelenting joy. Strange man, this Soda. What the commoner considers advanced is not much of an advancement. If you think advancement exists in colleges and laboratories, that's a huge misunderstanding. The real advancement exists in the place where you can pass on that talent.
Hey.
And you're saying that's you? Were you really that amazing? Stop admiring him. You stupid stuffed toy, don't go screwing with people's bodies like that!
What?
Hold on, if you harm Monokuma, you're gonna... You intend to defy me yet again? You're quite the barbarian. No, she's passionate, there's a difference.
Disappear!
This time you will definitely fall prey to my Monokuma bazooka. How about no? Wait, no, he's just straight up doing it again? The hell? I assume he's going to just be inexplicably okay this time, but I really feel the need to point out that I'm not okay with you constantly attacking Akane. Once again, the world shook and turned stark white, as if the surrounding environment and all sound was blown away by the impact, turning everything completely white. And within that whiteness, I heard that voice yet again.
Nekomaru!
That didn't faze me at all!
Well, he's apparently made out of extraordinarily tough materials, so in that sense, it's an upgrade.
Check it out! I'm intact! I have no injuries at all!
Wow.
Hey.
Are you serious? He took that blast, it doesn't even have a single scratch. Awesome! He's seriously a real robot! Hey, can you let me disassemble you? Can you let me disassemble you and show me your insides? That's extraordinarily disturbing. Kazuichi, you keep finding new ways to make me kind of uncomfortable.
No, thank you!
It's hard to not find that incredibly funny. If I get disassembled, I'll end up dying.
By the way,
Oh, okay, so he can't be taken apart in any capacity. That's worth knowing, actually. I suppose I should fill you in. Even though he's a robot now, if Nekomaru is killed, it's still going to count as murder, okay?
of course.
It's possible that Nekomaru might kill someone instead. Don't say such foolish things! That will never happen! Well, with all that in mind, you guys enjoy the killing school trip together.
Let's get along.
Once again, I hope we can all get along. You are something else, Nekomaru. I know it's not, but I can't help but feel like, for a brief moment, Fuyuhiko is, man, I could have been a robot?
It's impossible.
It's gonna be a while before I can mentally process this. Will Nekomaru never return to his original form? If that is the case, it is a burden for Nekomaru.
Sheesh.
Hey, it's not like I came back as a monster. I'm just a robot now, you know? I'm sorry, I can't really see a difference. Chiaki don't see these sorts of things. She only sees the soul. She's a good being that way. Well, just consider this a little promotion. By making a robot one of the main characters, a genuine mystery is transformed into a sci-fi mystery. I mean, technically you could sort of have argued that to begin with, but I guess that does make it a lot more clear-cut. And the hard-boiled is transformed into cyberpunk. You're totally destroying the genres. I'm not entirely sure what kind of genre you could have actually specifically subscribed to the Danganronpa series. It's so many different things at once that it's kind of bizarre. It's like its own thing entirely. Oh well, who cares? As long as it's fun, it's totally fine. That's, if there was ever a motto Monokuma lived by, it was that. Well, alright then. As I listen to Monokuma's boisterous laugh once again, seriously, it must have been at least the 50,000th time I've been forced to endure it. I was forced to accept. This island is not the day-to-day world I know. It's a mad world where the strange is accepted as normal. I mean, even before this, seriously, in your day-to-day life, this implies that the technology for this sort of thing always existed. And at the top of everything else, all of these characters still had their ultimate talents that put them way beyond anything an actual normal reality-based human could ever be possibly capable of. So at the same time, it's so weird to hear, man, I wish I could go back to the days of everything being normal, when really, when you consider it, normal is such an oddly subjective term. Normal is different for everything, and normal for Danganronpa is still really freaking weird by reality standards. Causes, reasoning, circumstances, foreshadowing, these things don't apply here at all. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure all of those definitely still count. Also, is anybody going to fill Nekomaru in on why 3 of us are missing? That's what it meant to live in a mad world. I suppose someone did. Also, hello. Why? Okay, it seems to be a Disneyland in the background. Do ultimate robots dream of clockwork? The fact that that's the chapter name definitely is a bit foreboding. Now I can't help but feel like Nekomaru is either going to be a target or targeting. That's true, Monokuma did build him. It's possible he might have some sort of weird override in there. Maybe the motive will be Nekomaru specific. It's like, hey, what if I just flip this switch I put in your brain? Something to that effect. Oh dear, there's a lot of room for badness in this situation. The next morning, we gathered at the hotel restaurant like we always do. The room is significantly emptier. Okay, well, at least Akane seems to be getting back on her feet, so that's always good. As always, you sure do eat a lot. I feel relaxed just by looking at you. Sorry, just a stray thought. Ignore it. It's impossible not to worry about it. No matter what, this feels really strange. It's not something I'll get used to easily.
Hey.
Anyway, what are you gonna do, Nekomaru? Nekomaru, you're used to him already? What am I gonna do? Well, his name didn't change. Although I do like it. For food, do you need, like, oil?
Hey.
Regular? Premium?
Well.
Nah, he doesn't need oil. Since he said he's pure electricity, maybe he's battery-powered or something. I could totally eat normal food, especially rice dishes. I can't keep my eyes off them. However, I've been feeling a little down today, so I don't have much of an appetite.
All right.
Are you malfunctioning? If you show me your insides, I can fix you up, you know. That's just weird, dude. No means no! Yeah, what are you so happy about? What are you, see, wait, you're here too?
Sorry.
Nah, I'm sorry. I should known my place not speak out of turn when everyone's gathered together like this. However, I just wanted to make sure I spoke to you about what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday? That person Mikon called her beloved. I can't help thinking about that and won't get out of my head.
What?
Am I just a coward for worrying about that? I don't think thinking about that implies cowardice in any capacity.
Let me tell you.
It crossed my mind as well, based on how she phrased it. So this is the end. This is really... Now I can go to my beloved and be forgiven. I can finally see my beloved. Please forgive me as my hopes of finally seeing you die with me. That is so freaky!
This, too, must be the will of causality.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure Mikon even flat out stated that they weren't alive anymore. Which definitely makes me feel like there's only one person she could possibly be talking about with that kind of rhetoric. And attached to the whole is dead thing, then yeah. It was as if she was speaking to an entity that does not exist in this world. Then there's nothing to worry about. Head empty, only want food. More importantly, we should be thinking about the Future Foundation, our enemy. Okay, but I had a thought about that. Monokuma kept saying that, like, I get that the characters probably wouldn't be able to come to this conclusion, but Monokuma kept saying that he had nothing to do with the Future Foundation, and the Future Foundation is apparently the one that's responsible for this. But, at the same time, if Monokuma considers the Future Foundation to be an enemy, or world ender as it were, then that would mean it's an enemy from his perspective. And wouldn't the enemy from Monokuma's perspective be ultimately a good thing? I could be wrong, but that was the impression I was given. So if he has nothing to do with it, and he thinks that the Future Foundation or World Ender is bad, I mean, the bad guy that thinks the bad... When the bad guy thinks that something is the bad guy, that usually means it's the good guy. And again, when you take this all into consideration, and go off the assumption that Monomi and Monokuma actually don't work together at all and are completely unrelated to anything, then that would, like, imply that yeah, we were brought here by them, but Monokuma is the one that made this happen, like, made this whole killing thing happen. Maybe that wasn't part of the plan? I don't know, that was just a theory that was rattling around in my head during the break between, you know, this chapter and this, when I wasn't recording, that I really started thinking about. Like, the enemy of Monokuma can't be a bad thing, unless it's something even worse than Monokuma. But given the context and the, you know, everything I know about this series and its universe, I can't really think of anything that would be worse than Monokuma unless it legitimately wanted to eradicate the planet as we know it. That's basically the only thing I can think of. Because I guess if the world was gone, then he would consider that a bad thing, because then he couldn't do the horrible atrocities that he's constantly doing. So, that's just my theory. I suppose we'll probably find out more stuff as we go on. If that fearsome organization known as World Ender is truly responsible for our imprisonment,
If you flinch, you will die.
then investigating who's behind that organization is our top priority. The Future Foundation, huh? That word, future. 'Twas on the door that looked like Hope's Peak. I'm just trying to figure out what all the pieces mean. Does it have anything to do with that ancient ruin? Seems likely, otherwise why would it even be there, unless it's a red herring, which it could be. I mean, there's no doubt that the symbol on the door to the ancient ruin was the Japanese word for future. If that's the case, it might be better if we investigate the ancient ruins again later.
However,
The more I think about it, the less sense it makes. Why would an organization that's secretly plotting to end the world make us suffer like this? They went to a lot of trouble to abduct us and bring us to this island. Not only that, they took away several years' worth of our memories of our lives at Hope's Peak Academy, for reasons that are also unknown. I have theories, and none of them are good. In the sense that my theories lead to bad implications, not in that my theories are bad inherently by virtue of me thinking of them. I mean, it could be. My theories could be completely and totally bunk. Future Foundation, World Ender, ha!
Impossible.
There's obviously something wrong with you if you believe in something so unrealistic. Nekomaru, you are a robot.
Hey,
You're one to talk. What should we do? What should we be most concerned about as it relates with the Future Foundation?
Isn't that right?
Is the traitor from the Future Foundation that's hiding among us.
Hey,
I wonder who it is. The true identity of the outsider hiding among us and trying to ensnare us. But again, I guess without really understanding what World Ender or the Future Foundation actually is or what it does, I can't really make an argument one way or the other towards them being good or bad.
I won't be fooled.
I'm just trying to think about, like, okay, so assume Monokuma wasn't a variable in this at all, right? So if that's the case, then what would a traitor even really be in that context? Nagito's obviously the most suspicious, though. Even a childish organization blathering about ending the world wouldn't accept someone like me. Nobody wants a worthless human like me to join their group. Yeah, because you won't shut the hell up. You guys should know that feeling well, right? You'd be more than welcome to hang out with us if you weren't such a freaky, creepy weirdo.
You think so?
And that's the reason why you're not the traitor? I don't understand your theory at all. I can't be the traitor. I hate myself. Okay. I don't see how those relate. Then who do you think is the most suspicious? Out of the ones, out of everyone who's alive?
It's obvious.
I nominate Hajime. Of course you would. Huh? Well, isn't it normal to doubt the most unlikely candidate?
Hey,
Not just that, you're the only one here who still doesn't know what ultimate talent you possess. If we're basing this on outsider hiding among a group of ultimates, Hajime should be doubted right away. Yeah, but if I was the traitor, wouldn't I have a cover story? Then Hajime's the traitor? Of course not. What are you even saying? Please let anybody, literally anybody, be on my side for this. You shouldn't raise your voice like that. We might become even more suspicious of you, you know. This is obviously your fault.
Settle down.
Stop fighting! Don't you think fighting with ourselves like this is Monokuma's trap? That might be true, but it's Nagito, and he's so obnoxious, and I want him to get punched. All right, I'll handle this. Just leave this matter to me! What do you mean? I hungry. To eliminate this tense atmosphere, allow me to present to you my new function that I discovered last night. New function? Don't tell me. Is it flight? Can you fly?
No!
It's not a conventional function like that. It's far more practical and novel. Now then, let's go! Wow, what the crap? Is that a function or are you malfunctioning? Oh wait, no, he's actually like tweaking his ear thingies. Behold! Nekomaru is crying or leaking some kind of solvent.
No!
Hardly. I'm not crying. My right eye dispenses cola. And my left eye dispenses rooibos tea.
Behold!
That is so absurdly random.
are you kidding?
What are you, a soda fountain?
Damn it.
I know we'll be here all day if we keep commenting on every little thing you do.
Don't fuck with
But
me.
what the hell was Monokuma thinking giving you a function like that?
You're so evil.
That guy, he's definitely fooling around. Monokuma's just toying with other people's bodies. I too was modified by Monokuma, so I totally understand how Nekomaru feels. But don't be depressed, you'll get used to it. It's surprising how quickly you'll get used to being some sort of weird half and half rabbit in a diaper.
I'll beat you up.
Don't go butting in our conversation all of a sudden. I'll kill you until you die from it, you stupid rabbit. That's the most daring threat I've ever heard. I'll kill you to death. That's an extremely violent thing to say to someone. You showing up at this time means... Did you come to tell us you've defeated another mono beast?
Yippee-ki-yay!
That's a weird thing to say. Ta-da! You're correct. Once again, you can visit a new island, so please take this opportunity to get along with everyone. I ain't going. What a drag. Even if we go... Ugh. Sorry, I hiccuped. Even if we go to this new island, it's not like we're gonna find a way to escape the place, right?
You were right.
Rather, I feel as though the opportunity to kill increases every time we go to a new island. True. It's always the newest facilities that are involved, so it might be best if we do not go.
I renounce you!
I don't know what you're planning, fiend, but we're not going to fall for it. A misunderstanding. I was just...
Lame.
Ah, jeez, how annoying. Just stay back and leave the rest to your big brother. I'll give you an example of how to lure these guys to you, little sis. What are you doing? You're acting like we're allies or something. What?
I tell you to stay back.
Okay, well, this is obviously a reference that's flown so far over my head, I think it hit Jupiter.
This technique, it's impossible to defend against it or evade it.
Whatever it is. Also, yeah, I know what he spelt out. I don't understand how that applies.
Well now.
There, now that I've mopped up the annoying one, and yet the annoying one still stands before me.
Special bleeding service.
Okay, since you guys are feeling down to the dumps, I'll make you guys so excited your noses will bleed. Compared to the earlier investigations, I prepared a special treat that's completely different than before. Treat?
Nice.
Define treat. Oh, you took the bait? I guess it's true. If you want to get a shut-in out of their room, carrots work the best. Good, yeah, okay, you go ahead and try and lure me out of my bedroom with a carrot. Let's see how far that work takes you. Who the hell cares about that? Hurry up and tell us what the treat is. I'm hungry. It's an amazing treat. Don't wet your pants. Well, it's okay if you do. Just don't spray it on me. That's disgusting. Thank you for that. I prepared a bunch of stuff you guys might find interesting on the new island. Such as clues about the future foundation. Where? Such as parts that may be useful for making a ship.
You serious?
Where?
No.
And also, your student profiles from your time at Hope Speak Academy. Huh?
So,
Do your best to explore. Take care. Well, that's incredibly, investment worthy for at least a few people. Sadly, one of those is Hajime.
Hey.
What should we do?
you know, right?
Our only option is to go, obviously. Might be able to go home if we have ship parts.
Yep.
I plan to go too. If there are any clues about the future foundation, we need to make sure we see them.
Hajime.
What about you, Hajime? Of course you're going, right? If you look at your student profile, you might be able to find out what your shining talent is. It's a chance for you to clear any suspicions, right? Just egging me on, and it sucks that it's working. What suspicions? I don't think anybody here doubts me.
What?
Nah, I see. Do any of you guys doubt me? I'm pretty good friends with two of you. I mean, I get that's from free time events and stuff, but still, that's gotta count for something. But if there's a clue about my talent, I wanna know what it is. The reason Hope's Peak Academy chose me. The talent I possess. Well, I mean, the nightmare you had and the everything that's been established really does just kind of point to the whole reserve course thing. Or department, or whatever it was called. The talent I possess. These things matter to me. There's no way I'm not worried about it. It seems you've all prepared yourselves for the worst.
Starting to get pumped up.
That means we're gonna go, right? If everyone is going, I shall accompany you as well. But there's also a possibility that Monokuma set a trap. We should be careful where we step. I can't stop thinking about that ancient ruin that might hold clues about the future foundation. We should start exploring the new island. And so I suppose I shall. Oh, everyone actually left. It's Mahiru's photos. Hiyoko used them as decoration. But Hiyoko's no longer... No, not just her. Even Ibuki and Mikon. I will not accept any more victims. I will definitely prevent that from happening. I wish they didn't go. And Hajime, as much as I really freakishly appreciate the sentiment, let's be real, there's too many characters left. There's gonna be at least 2 more of these things. Minimum. Oh, what a fine kettle of fish that whole situation is. Alright, well, that being said, let's quick check on that giant honking gorilla full of the poops! Ain't got time for poop-based nonsense. My goodness. Alright, well, here we go. Obviously, I gotta go the long way. I wanna actually... I almost wanna just run around in circles for a bit until I can eventually, you know, get the gorilla to its full maximum gorilla-ness. Whatever the term that would be most applicable for that sort of thing would be. I haven't the slightest, honestly. I want to see what happens. I filled that thing full of so much hope it turned into a gorilla. So obviously, like, that's got to be a lot of hope, I assume. Also, I believe going this direction would get me to where I want to go faster. I don't know that for absolute fact. just kind of hoping that's the case. So there should still be a... Yep, there's still that one. All right. So very strange how these gigantic robotic beasts exist and yet merely serve as just kind of mildly in the way, I don't know, JPEGs really. The mono beast that was blocking the bridge has disappeared all of a sudden. I've been wondering this for a while, but how was something as pathetic as Monami able to defeat a mono beast? Well, apparently there's a game mode about that. I wonder if I should actually play that. I feel like I probably should, just to see what it is, if nothing else. Maybe I'll do that later. No, it'd just be a waste of time to think about something like that. It's useless to think about things that are a waste of time. I've learned that much during my time here. If you're gonna learn anything, might as well learn that. Makes about as much sense as anything, I reckon. I reckon. As I walked across the bridge, I started to see the scenery on the new island on the other side.
Is this an amusement park?
That is most definitely what this is. I could call it Disneyland, but I think it's more apt to call it Monokuma Land, which, if I'm being perfectly honest, is an incredibly horrifying prospect that I'm not actually okay with. It's like this whole island is one giant amusement park. It looks fun, amazing, exciting, thrilling, and all of those things are a bad combo given the current situation.
Just makes it look even creepier.
There it is. If this were any other situation, it would be lovely, but it's not. Ah, all right then. Well, let's see what kind of stuff we can get ourselves into. All right, a horror house. All right, well, it's the first thing I bumped into.
Might as well keep going, I suppose.
Define horror. Ah. All right, well, you guys seemed interested in it. There's a creepy looking building that doesn't seem like it belongs in an amusement park. Haunted houses are usually in theme parks. Is this supposed to be a haunted house? Sonia. Well, I probably would talk to Fuyuhiko first, but the marker was on you, so what do you think? You seem interested in the macabre. I don't really understand it, but this island certainly feels festive.
Perhaps.
If Hiyoko and Ibuki were here, they would have definitely enjoyed this. Yes, thank you, game, for taking every conceivable opportunity to remind me of the things that we have lost and depressing me even further. You know what I would appreciate even more? If maybe you stopped? Fuyu, how you doing?
I don't like this.
The hell is wrong with this island? Why is this here when they're forcing us to kill each other?
Dumbass.
This is in such bad taste. It'd make more sense if this whole thing wasn't supposed to have happened in the first place. All right, that being said, looking at all the things I might be able to look at, I guess I just can look at the house itself. The sign at the top of the building definitely says horror house, but it's like whatever building used to be here was converted into a haunted house or something. Yeah, it used to say Usami House. So I can only assume that this used to be where she lived? Sob. Ever since he took away my magic stick, Monokuma has been doing whatever he pleases. I've been reduced to the role of an unwanted child. My influence is weaker than it's ever been. And not just that, look what he did to my house. Sob. This is all too much. There's nothing good about this at all. If this keeps up, history will remember me as the greatest character to ever become a one-shot punchline. I wouldn't worry about that, Monami. I mean, my goodness, the competition for such a lofty title. I sincerely doubt you'd even rate. Hajime, you were here! You didn't notice until now? How terrible of me as your teacher to cry in front of one of my students. That haunted house over there, is that your house? It was, but Monokuma kept bullying me and he ended up like this. It was supposed to be cute. My house was supposed to be cute. You can't. I understand that you're interested, but you cannot go inside. Even a teacher has a private side that their students aren't allowed to see. Also, you're a boy of a certain age. If you come inside, I'll make sure I leave the door open half. What in God's name are you going on about, you weird rabbit? What am I saying? It's just a what-if scenario, okay? All right, well, I'm significantly more uncomfortable around Monami now. That's definitely going to be a factor. Anyway, this is Monami's house, and it's safe to say that we're not allowed inside. So it's a waste of time to stay here any longer. I should hurry and go somewhere else. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty worthwhile idea. Let's just boogie. Let us boogie woogie, it is electric, our way on out of this location, and never look back. Then again, if it's a horror house, it freaking is probably going to end up being something about something. Even that pharmacy that ultimately didn't actually do anything still technically played a role in stuff. Also, I see that mouse. I see them Mises. I see that Monokuma peeking over the corner. The amusement park's castle. It's mouse-themed. There's a lot of different things I could say about this building, but I probably shouldn't say anything at all, lest we get sued to high heaven. What? Kia, mice are the only thing I can't handle, except for all those other things I obviously can't handle. Who cares? Ugh, ugh, ugh. You too? You don't like mice either?
No.
Well, we're siblings after all, teh. No, not mice. I don't like them. They're gonna chew through my ears. That's an incredibly weirdly specific thing to be worried about. Okay. What a couple of loudmouths. I feel like my stress level just keeps rising around them. Oh, hey, there's a bunch of people here. All right, well, hang on. Let me get that hidden mono over there.
I've been found.
Yes, yes, you have. You're not very good at hiding. Let's be completely real here. All right, Soda, what have you got to say about all this?
Oh my.
This building is full of dangerous areas. I feel like I should say something about it. Wow, what a coincidence. I was just thinking the same thing. Well, no matter how fancy it is, it's got nothing on Miss Sonia's castle. Dude, you don't even know what it looks like. After all, she's the real deal. Miss Sonia is 100% pure princess who lives in a 100% pure castle. I don't know, she seems to really be super into weird dark stuff. I don't know if I could call her 100% pure. I'd say we're batting at around maybe 80. Don't talk so confidently about a castle you've never seen before. And a girl you only sort of kind of know at this point. Gundam, you're awesome. What do you have to say? Hey, I was just wondering. Is a mere human going to offer his opinion to me, an overlord? Fascinating. Fascinating, you fiend.
If you flinch, you will die.
I'll play your game, you rogue. Come, tell me. Try to satisfy my 4 dark devas of destruction. That's right. Those hamsters could probably pass for mice, right? So maybe you could defeat Monokuma and Monami with your hamsters. I already told you! Hamsters are merely their temporary form. A fiend like you is incapable of imagining what would happen once they're shed their transient guises. Ignorance is horrendous. That's why it's only interesting to converse with humans once in a while. I'd figured out what does that, and I'm sorry it keeps happening. I keep accidentally hitting a button that makes it happen. He gave some roundabout excuse that makes no sense, but my guess is he doesn't want to put them in danger. Which is a perfectly understandable thing to want to not do. I take it and accept it. Beep, beep, beep. Hey, are you okay? There's a strange mechanical sound coming from your body, which I guess is considered odd now, despite the fact that everything about him is mechanical. I guess it's okay, he's a robot. It makes sense that he makes mechanical noises now. That sounds means I'm feeling emotionally charged right now. I see. Your body makes noises based on your feelings. Okay. Just now, I have activated a new function. Is it as anywhere nearly as amazingly practical as the last one? A new function?
Are you serious?
Is it flight? Can you finally fly? Now then, prepare yourself! Fwah!
It opened?
It's a clock!
The clock.
It is. So I'm trying to figure out which one is the second hand. Ultimately, no matter what it looks like, it doesn't seem like that's the right time for the time of day.
I'm able to sense the passage of time. I don't even need to look at clocks anymore.
And yet you have one built into you anyway.
Whether it's training, meals, or baths, there's no doubt this feature is useful in a variety of situations.
I mean, admittedly, always knowing exactly what time it is down to the minute is an incredibly useful ability. It's definitely a more of a practical option.
It actually comes out of your chest. What are you, cuckoo clock?
I mean, Monokuma built him. It's possible.
Hold on.
A cuckoo clock? Don't compare me to one of those everyday clocks. This is a highly efficient radio clock. Radio clock? It's a type of clock that receives radio signals so it can automatically update the time at fixed intervals. Simply put, it's an extremely accurate clock. That's right. It's a clock that will never slow down. It's even designed so that it cannot be adjusted. I have become a Time Lord! See, now, that would be in an absolutely amazing season of Doctor Who. of Nekomaru is the Doctor. Good Lord, give me that. I'd watch it.
Man,
Well, even if it's an accurate clock, they didn't need to install it inside your body. What are you saying? I don't need to wear a wristwatch ever again. There's nothing more useful than this. That Monokuma, he's definitely toying with people's bodies. Horrifying experimentation and everything that comes in between. That's the Monokuma guarantee. He will mess you up 6 weeks from Thursday and not give a single damn about any of it. Clatter, clatter, clatter. And it's locked.
Ooh, how exciting.
Maybe a bunch of mice are pressed up against the other side of the door. Just thinking about it is too awful. No, not mice. No, not mice. They're gonna chew through my ears, apparently. Anyway, it looks like we can't go in here. Hajime has had it up to here with that nonsense. Hajime may be kind of a massive butt, but I mean, sometimes the things he says and does do line up and are rather fun. All right, so a roller coaster. I do enjoy the idea of a coaster from the rolls. Then again, if it's Monokuma brand, that sounds like a horrible idea. Maybe don't do that ever. That's my theory. There's even a roller coaster here. Well, obviously it is an amusement park. Too bad, it's still under maintenance. The ride isn't intense enough yet, so I'm in the middle of powering it up like crazy. Making it so I would never want to drive in it ever. I don't think you need to do that. It's not like anyone's gonna ride this anyway. Now, don't say that. I also prepared a prize for you. You're planning to bait us with a prize again, to ride a roller coaster?
Look forward to it.
Anyway, please enjoy the other attractions first. I'll make sure I finish the maintenance by then. For now, I should come back here after I've checked out the other areas. What am I gonna do? I should think about that when the time comes. Akane! It be ye! What do you have to say about this situation?
Yahoo!
Our roller coaster! Roller coaster's the only reason to go to amusement parks. There's nothing like a good thrill ride. Apparently it's still under maintenance, but I'll be first in line to ride it as soon as it's fixed. And thus my interest in actually riding in this thing has increased at least slightly. By how much specifically, I leave that to you.
No.
Alright, well, at least my track record for finding Monokumas in this place is significantly higher than the ones for other places. I already found 2. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Alright, so we can't have a roller coaster fun time yet. That's a big pile of butts and I'm not happy about it. What about the choo-choo train? A fun house? Alright, well hang on a second, let me check on the gorilla. Why must you poop so much? I mean, you're a gorilla, okay, fine, but still, those are herbivores. You shouldn't be making this much waste. It's weird. Then again, that snake pooped way more. Looks like a building out of a fairy tale. Minus the creepy looking train. I don't really understand the concept. What kind of attraction is this supposed to be? I don't know. But I don't see anybody or anything worth talking to, so I suppose we could just leave. I mean, I guess if there's really nothing here for it, I guess I could take a look at the train. It's supposed to be a cute looking train, but the design totally ruins it. Welcome to the fun house. Fun house?
Yes,
With this
indeed.
train I'm conducting, I shall take you all to the fun house.
Nonetheless, your body will be crushed asunder by then.
Then I shan't ever use this machine. There's no way I'm riding that thing. You'd never be able to ride it anyway.
Hey,
You know, in order to get to the fun house, all of you guys have to ride this train. All of us.
so
If you want to try to go to the fun house, you got to assemble everyone here.
nonetheless, your body will be crushed asunder by then.
Yeah, okay, so even more reason to not want to do it. Weird ass bear. This obviously smells fishy. It's clearly a trap. I've decided I'm never going to ride this thing. Oh, right. I think it's time to head over to the roller coaster. Yeah, all right then. I guess we will. Kind of strange. Thought there would have been at least a few more things to actually look at. Well, be that as it may. I suppose what's done is done. Running to the roller coaster. Gonna see what happens, and maybe we'll all die. That would suck. I hope not. I really hope not. I cannot stress to you just how much I would prefer to not have everyone be the dead.
Yo.
Everybody here?
Want me to tell you?
Want me to, hey, wanna know something cool? According to Monokuma, we all get a treat if we ride that roller coaster together.
Hey, hey.
I'm not riding that thing. Didn't I tell you I get crazy car sick? Didn't you tell us that? Rawr! And welcome as I hiccup. Welcome to the main attraction of this amusement park, the Great Ultra Delicious Coaster.
Hey, hey!
Is it really true that we'll get a prize for riding this?
Of course!
Sure thing. What's the prize?
No.
Ah, no, that's the surprise for after you ride this. Well, then that's not a good motivator. It could be something completely stupid and superfluous. It could, like, give us a freaking pin or something. We really have to ride this together. Didn't I tell you already? Are those ears for decoration?
Shut up! Shut up!
No, but I mean, Nekomaru's might be. No, I'm not gonna do it. No, it's gonna be fine. Thrill rides are sweet.
I already know.
Everyone who likes them always says that, but I already know that they're not fun at all.
Even so.
But there's a possibility that the prize is gonna be those ship parts, you know? I mean, the odds are less than 0.001%, but still. That might be true, but might I ask, where will this ride take us?
Nope.
It won't take us anywhere. It's just gonna circle around and come back here. What is the meaning behind that? It's meant to be fun. Sonia, you've apparently watched the Friday the 13th movies, and yet you don't know what a roller coaster is? That seems very strange to me. Have you never gone to an amusement park? Apparently even Gundam has.
I am ashamed.
I am embarrassed to say that we do not have these in my country. I see. I've only gone to an amusement park once during my childhood.
Listen well.
But it was an amusement park in hell, filled with man-eating demons. There are amusement parks in hell?
Wow.
I've never heard of such a thing. By all means, please allow me to accompany you next time. Don't do it, Miss Sonia. That guy has a habit of lying. It's not really lies. It's more so kind of just, you know, embellishments. He just wants to make things sound more interesting. I can respect it. The entrance fee is the blood of a virgin. I shall offer up yours as tribute.
That is.
Oh, that is a shame. It seems my blood can't be used. Oh my god. So, Kazuichi, what was that about 100% pure? I'm not saying that sort of thing makes you unpure. I'm just saying that's totally the type of thing that would make Kazuichi think that.
Are you kidding me?
What does that mean, Miss Sonia?
Hey,
And apparently, we're not going to touch on that ever again. Hey, everyone, it's just gonna be a waste of time if we stand around like this.
see?
Why don't we just try riding it?
That's obviously wrong.
Hold on, why do we have to just try riding it? Nekomaru, can I leave this to you?
Understood.
Leave it to me! Stop it, please let me go. Kazuichi, not a fan of roller coasters. Too bad. But despite his desperate struggling, Kazuichi got stuffed into the roller coaster.
Now then.
All aboard the great ultra delicious coaster. That's still a weird name, don't like it. With Monokuma's shout, the roller coaster took off at maximum speed. Look at all of them. Okay, no, I need to go for a play-by-play here. Okay, first of all, let's start in the back. Nekomaru is, I don't know, he's like, is he like sweating bolts or something? Or maybe he's falling apart. I don't know. Either way, he is having an absolute wonderful time. Akane probably having the most fun out of everybody. This wind speed is definitely not doing her wardrobe any favors. Gotta be careful with that one. The strongest buttons known to tailoring. Nagito's doing okay, don't really care. Gundam is actually not doing so well. He seems to be freaking out. Soda also, that much is obvious. Chiaki is doing just fine. Fuyahiko looks surprisingly happy about this whole thing. It's actually kind of adorable. Sonia, obviously enjoying herself. Even Hajime, the massive stick in the mud that he is, seems to be enjoying themselves. I freaking love this scene.
I'm gonna die! I'm gonna die!
I mean, on a Monokuma coaster, it's possible.
What overwhelming G-force! It feels like all the screws in my body are gonna fly off!
Okay, well, there's the explanation for that. Although that either implies that you're built very shoddily, or we are surprisingly resilient humans.
Be still, my heart!
He is freaking!
This is so much fun.
I'm gonna die. Let me die.
I think that this would technically count as a murder on Monokuma's end if he does. Well, that was freakishly adorable and I loved it.
Yes, indeed.
All right, we've arrived. How was it? Wasn't that fun? Oh, it's finally over. That was a little too intense. Yeah, well, your facial expression implies otherwise. Otherwise, Hajime, I think you might enjoy fun more than you let yourself believe. Hey, let's go on it one more time. I agree, once more. No friggin' way. Hey, more importantly, where's our treat? Oh, yeah, right. Here you go. The treat is a file. Eh? The symbol? Wait, you're actually giving us something useful? I legitimately did not anticipate that being possible. It's the same symbol that's on the door of the ancient ruin. If so, this file must be a file from the Future Foundation. We'll be able to find out who they are if we look at this? Well, I doubt we'd get that much.
Hey,
Is it all right if I check inside? Sure thing. Do whatever you like. We gathered around Nagito as he received the file. It stared at him intensely as he carefully turned the pages. In retrospect, we probably should have paid more attention to the book itself instead of staring at him. All right, what do we got? What's inside? Dude! I know those things! Hope's Peak Academy ironically became the site for the killing school life. The mastermind behind the plan locked the students inside the academy and forced them to kill each other. This is a legitimate sequel. The students who were pushed to their limit eventually reached a state of heightened paranoia. And that's how the killing began. The killings committed by those students lasted several days, but at a certain point, the curtain suddenly fell. A group of students united and staged a counterattack against the mastermind who paid with their life, and it was glorious. It's them! Oh, I actually kind of missed them. With this okay, well, I legitimately miss 3 of them. I only sort of kind of miss the other 3. Let me be abundantly clear. I'm obviously much more interested in Makoto, Kyoko, and Hina. Mostly Hina, but still. The other 3, then again, interesting. Okay, then they're gonna learn about Byakuya. Are we actually gonna get an explanation for that? With this, the 6 students who survived were able to escape the academy.
wait.
Aren't those photos on the left? Photos of the 6 people who survived. Then, what does this mean? Why is he in this photo? I looked down at where Nagito was pointing. Bum bada bum! Huh? He was much thinner, as if he was an entirely different person, but he looks exactly like someone we knew. The ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Toigami. He looked exactly like him, the first victim on this island. Okay, this is good. This is really good. I like this. I want answers. This definitely looks like Byakuya.
Impossible.
Why is Byakuya's photo in here? Because he survived the first case. What does this mean? Like, what's this killing school trip that they're talking about?
Yep.
It looks like the killings were involved and resemble this set of killings that happened before. And that took place inside Hope's Peak Academy.
Hey, bastard.
Hold on. Did these messed up killings actually happen inside the Hope's Peak Academy?
That's obviously impossible.
That's not possible. There's no way the teachers or the police would let that happen. Yeah, that's what everyone who had to go through it at the time thought too.
Let me ask.
However, what if the Future Foundation, World Ender, was the one who initiated this? You mean the organization was the one who took over Hope's Peak Academy then?
Of course not.
That's not possible. How stupid. If Byakuya were still alive, we would have been able to learn the details of this. How unfortunate.
However,
We lost our memories, correct? That should have applied to Byakuya as well. Yeah, but he lost his school memories. How on earth at any point after the first game would he have, I guess, gained a ton of weight, gotten his memories stolen again, and put on the island? How does that work? Also, Byakuya never said a word about such a past actually existing. Well, he was killed before he could. Yeah, but in that case, wouldn't the instant Monokuma show up, he'd be like, oh god, no, not this crap again. So he became the first victim before he could tell us about any of this? That's just convenient! Great. Mysteries could have been very easily solved right now had he survived. Well, that sucks. Perhaps that's what Byakuya was planning to talk to me about. Well, that's not impossible. I cannot talk to I believe that's kind of what the implications were. I cannot talk to the others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn. For a long time, my life has been a living hell. Was he specifically referring to this killing school life? But how could he not let it slip even slightly that this means that he remembered the past event and that this is all happening again? Although at the same time, I suppose after having lived through it the first time, and who knows how much time has passed since he got out, I guess it's possible that he might have instilled some sort of new, I don't know, some sort of morals or value system that meant that he refused to let this happen a second time. That still just feels odd for him. It's not impossible. People can change, obviously. It's just, I don't know. Byakuya never really seemed like the type of guy interested in changing anything about him. Very odd. Anyway, as long as Byakuya is no longer with us, we have no choice but to ask Monokuma. How does the killing school life that occurred at Hope's Peak Academy relate to this island? Why do I get the feeling he won't even consider telling us that? The only thing I can say is, all the answers are in your school memories that were taken away. Then give them back! Give those memories back to us! No, the Future Foundation took your memories, and I can't do anything about it in my current state. So again, you don't work for them. So what does that mean? Regardless, it's unforgivable. I'll never forgive those who try to trample Hope. They should all be destroyed. This isn't making any sense again. How annoying! Whatever, man. Just let me go back home. Where the hell are the ship parts? Who knows? They should be somewhere on this island.
However,
I have searched this island once through, but I did not find ship parts anywhere. No, the funhouse should still be left.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
Based on what I've heard, it seems we cannot access it unless we all gather together, correct?
Correct.
Ding ding, correct! That's right, the treats you can't find yet are all hidden inside the funhouse. But the ship part should be there too, right? Yeah, but that's such an absurdly gigantic, like, obvious trap. I don't wanna. No, not just the ship parts. If he means all of the treats, it also includes our Hope's Peak Academy student profiles, which means a clue about my talent should be there too. It might be a trap. It most likely is a trap, but looks like we're already caught in the trap. So, I mean, if we're already in the trap, then there's no harm in being even more trapped than we were before. Obviously, it makes sense. Everyone, let's go. Let's try going to the funhouse.
however,
I see. Is that really all right? The funhouse is that creepy-looking building, right? We have no other choice. I mean, we might be able to obtain the ship parts if we go there. And learn the secret of Hajime's talent, too. Shut your face.
Yep.
Fine. I think we should listen to Hajime and head over to the funhouse as well. Looks like you guys have decided.
I can't wait.
I have things to prepare, so I'll be going first. I'll see you later. I'm not really on board with this idea, but if everyone says they're gonna go, I guess I have no choice. I guess I have to go with everyone.
I shall engulf this world.
Plunging yourself into a trap is an act of sheer madness. That's what makes it truly interesting. Then it's decided. We're going to fall face first into a bear trap by our own hands. Maybe it's because we were shown a new mystery from that Future Foundation file, but I was panicking. I couldn't keep still after being forced to see more mysteries that didn't make any sense. I felt like I didn't even care if it was a trap. And because of that panic, I completely forgot. Monokuma's traps are always far beyond our imagination. I completely forgot about that. Really? I don't even get to have free time? Well, that sucks. Akane. Oh, and Fuyu. What do you have to say?
This is bad.
This is definitely a trap. Is it really okay if we jump in without even preparing? The only thing we can do is go, right? There's definitely something past that point. Like you said, we don't have time to just stand and stare. Akane, your thoughts on everything? That train, huh? I don't think it'll be as fun as the roller coaster. No, not even remotely. Well, I guess whatever we find in the funhouse will be worth it. You're feeling the excitement of this attraction, aren't you? Akane is a gal who lives by the seat of her, well, I was gonna say pants, but I'm not really on board with this idea, but
well,
if everyone says they're gonna go, I guess I have no choice. I'll go with you.
You done said that already, Chiaki.
The madder the action, the more interesting it is. Because Gundam's a crazy man. In a good way. This attraction is quite unsettling. I wonder if it's all right. I can't say one way or the other if it is or not.
Now then.
Let's hurry up and go. Please tell me I missed talking to Soda and Nekomaru because of this. Looks like the answers you're looking for are where that train is headed. Okay, no, it didn't. Cool. Robo-Man, Nekomaru, leave Kazuichi to me. I'll make sure to keep him in my clutches this time around as well. Is he terrified of trains too?
Damn it.
That's right. He's definitely better than the one from earlier, right? Should be a hell of a lot slower if nothing else. If it's more intense than that one is, it's definitely too scary for me. All right, well, everybody hop aboard the Despair Express, I guess. Good lord, this is a bad idea. I just need to get on the train, right?
No way.
Well, there's really no need to be cautious. It's not like it's gonna speed up, drop, fly, or anything else. I'm gonna believe you this time, so you better be telling the truth.
All right.
Let's go! Choo-choo! As soon as we all stepped on, the small train started slowly moving and went inside the dim tunnel.
Ladies and gentlemen, this train is heading toward the funhouse.
And I'm not okay with that.
Allow me to guide you all to the world of surprises on this train that runs toward glory.
Also, let's all just stop and appreciate the fact that Nagito is sitting alone.
Please be careful of where you step. Also, it's dangerous to stand up all of a sudden. Well, it's not like you have time to do that.
And why would that be? Huh. It appears that we are about to be gassed.
What the hell?
Is this gas?
Sure seems that way, yeah.
This was definitely.
Yeah, that was obvious from the start. As soon as that white smoke surrounded us, our bodies started to feel soft, like mollusks. That's a very weird metaphor. Our brains felt like they were starting to melt into a puddle of mush. And in the end, we lost consciousness. Knockout gas!